Hey guys, this is the LG G6 and we're going to tear into this thing and give you a review. Thanks to LG for sending this over. Let's get this started. Wow. So when you first crack open the box of the LG G6, you're faced with this beautiful hardware. This is a beautiful device. You're faced with this 5.7-inch Quad HD display. This phone has waterproof and is dust resistant as well. And it has a beautiful set of wide angle cameras. Along the top here, you've got a headphone jack, a microphone cancellation there for noise cancellation. You've got a speaker grill down here, a USB Type-C on board, and a microphone down below. On the back, you have that beautiful fingerprint reader sensor centered in the phone there. You've got two 13-megapixel cameras. One is for wide angle with the LED flash in the middle. On the front, you have a 5-megapixel camera with your proximity sensors and your speaker grill. Beautiful design of the curve around the display. Let's get this thing powered up. Setting up the fingerprint reader is painless, pretty fast. A few taps and you're all set. You know, this device right here is something special because LG is one of the first to do it, to bring out a large screen with a small body. This is definitely different from the LG G5, that's for sure. This is the successor to that. And this phone is actually extremely impressive. So I want to start with the design and build quality of this phone. This phone has two 13-megapixel cameras on the back. One is used for wide angle shots, and needless to say, they are impressive. The cameras on this phone is probably one of the highlights, one of the main highlights of the device, other than this gorgeous display. But the cameras themselves take very good footage for video recording, and wide angle shots on this are very impressive. So if you're a selfie lover, you'll be happy to know that this 5-megapixel camera on the front definitely does wide angle selfies as well as the one on the rear. Camera footage on here, like I said, is super smooth. It is just very impressive in multiple areas like low light and sunlight. Better in daylight and not that impressive in low light compared to other cameras that I have on my catalog, but it is very impressive. So the design of this phone, you've got your volume rocker here, your headphone jack and noise cancellation microphone up top, a SIM tray and SD card slot here because it does have an SD card slot. Speaker, USB Type-C, and another microphone on the bottom here. On the back, just a little bit of branding there, and you've got the fingerprint reader, which doubles as a power button, and you've got the cameras with the LED flash there. You see antenna lines here along the top, and I think I like how they did that, and you just got that one there. And also, service on this phone is actually pretty good. A lot of people don't talk about the cell phone service on devices, but it's actually pretty solid. So the build quality on here, obviously, once again, this beautiful 5.7-inch rounded display. And the one important factor is 18:9. This is something that you might see going forward from a lot of OEMs, and LG is one of the first to do it. So with that being said, it is very impressive. The screen on here just pops. While it's not the brightest display I've ever seen, it is actually a beautiful, beautiful display. Software on LG's part is smooth. Some people have difficulty using LG software, but I don't find it a problem at all. The software on here, I've heard some people say the LG software is a little bland. I don't have any problems with it. I don't experience the same lag that I've had on some Samsung devices, but every phone has its drawbacks. And this phone, while not flawless, it does perform very well in the software department. Battery life on here has proven to be nothing short but good. Even though this has a Quad HD display, the battery life on here I can get is well over 5 hours of screen on time, and it'll take you through a full day. Pricing on this, you can definitely grab this at a low price of probably at the lowest $550, I think, on US Cellular. This is really good. Now, digging into the software here, you see how I have that set up. You don't have to leave it that way. You can actually go to home screen and change it to an app tray. And this will give you the option for an app tray. So that's something to keep in mind. For those that are not used to that layout, I'm pretty used to it at this point, and I think LG's done a great job with that right there, giving us the app tray, because some companies don't even have the app tray and they remove it. But the app tray is definitely needed if you're an Android fan. So some people don't like not having an app tray. Overall, though, the experience with the LG G6 has been great. While not flawless, like I said earlier, one thing I found that I dislike the most about this phone is how slippery this back is. So I found myself wearing a case, one of my favorite cases, and I'll have more case reviews later. But the design of this phone is really slippery, so you're going to be forced to put on a skin of some sort. And it's just going to be one of those things that you're going to have to do if you don't want to wear a case, because this is very slippery. And other than that, I think you'll enjoy this. The display, again, the quality of the display, while it's not as good as AMOLED displays, in my opinion, it's still very vivid, just not very bright. Yeah, it's not the brightest display that you'll come across, but it is sharp. The display is not the brightest, but it is bright. That is the full brightness on the display. In direct sunlight, you'll see that it's doable, just not as bright as some AMOLED displays. So those are the main drawbacks I found from using this phone. It just has not the brightest display, and it is pretty slippery. Other than that, you can expect the same quality and performance that you get from the LG skin that's on top of Android 7.0. And I think you'll be pretty impressed with it. I couldn't find very many flaws in this device other than those. Again, performance is good, and I think LG did a great job. So life is good. Now, one beautiful feature that LG decided to add was wireless charging. Wow, popping your phone on a wireless charger, it'll start to charge. And you can see here it's indicated you are now charging wirelessly. Great feature, LG. If you're drinking some water and you accidentally spill it on your device, well, this phone still has you covered because it's now waterproof and dustproof. That's a great look, LG. All right, guys, there you have it. The full review for the LG G6. Life is still good with LG. And I think this device is very impressive. So I will see you guys in the next video, and stay tuned for more. Take care.